Good morning. Welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to be looking at yard hydrant connections. This handy little diagram is right off the box of this Woodford. Well, this is a 6-foot berry. It doesn't have the model number on here. I'll get the model number. It's Y something. Where is that? It's not on here, but it's on the box over there. I'll put that in the description. Oh, it's a Y34-6, which means 6 feet, I'm guessing. So if you're unfamiliar with a yard hydrant, all it is it's a valve. This is the valve body, and then there's a plunger inside here, and then there's a rod that goes all the way up this tube and comes out through here and is connected to this arm right here. This is all stiff. They just paint right over everything. It'll loosen up once I get it put in. But you lift that arm and water comes out. But what that does is it lifts a plunger that's down in here, lifts it away from a drain hole, and then the water comes in and goes around and up. And then when you put that down, the plunger goes down into here and allows water to come out through this little fitting right there. So what I need to do today, it's fairly straightforward. You have a 3/4 inch NPT street elbow, but this is where I'm not sure if I have the right parts or not. So I have 3 spots where I have to either put a new hydrant in, this is the new one, or swap hydrants. That one up there, and we'll go up and look at it in a minute, is a sanitary hydrant. Those are about $700. This is just a regular old yard hydrant, and it's about, I think this was $110. So what those do is there's no way for that to bring groundwater up into the system, and those are made for where you have stock nearby. So if you have that in or right next to where you have animals and it's used to feed or water the animals, then you really need a sanitary one like that. If you're just using it for watering or washing or whatever, and you don't have animals right near it that are putting feces on the ground and stuff like that, then you can just use a regular yard hydrant. So we need that one down in the dry lot down below, the north dry lot. So I have to remove that one, bring it down there, remove the one that's down there, bring it up here, and then this one will go on our new land. We call it the top lot, the lot that we bought last year up there. So these all have to go in before the frost. So what I'm doing today is making sure that I know what kind of fittings and stuff that I need for this one. I don't know what that looks like underground. I know what these look like, but the problem with these is I can't remember what this is going to a plastic line. And I know I had to run to the hardware store. I believe I had to run to the hardware store twice. So I can't remember if I have a barbed fitting or if it has a fitting on there, or just what it looks like underground. So I have to dig out this one, dig it out far enough to see the fitting. The holes are already dug on all 3 of these, but the fittings are not exposed, so I have to go down a little bit until I get to the fitting and expose it and see what I'm going to need. I'm running to town maybe later today. I need stuff for the addition work, and I want to make sure I get all the stuff that I need in that trip. I got to get going on these. Like I said, frost can come, in about a month, and these all have to be put in. It's not that big of a deal. It probably takes, well, if I have all the tools there, it's just taking off one thing, putting on another thing, blah, blah, blah. Then you got to get gravel down in there, and you got to wrap this bottom. I'm going to wrap the bottom with, I have some real heavy-duty landscape fabric. I'm going to wrap the bottom of this in that fabric and zip tie it. Then this will be in crushed gravel with landscape fabric under it and above it to try to keep the fine dirt out of there. And that should be about it. So I'm going to grab a shovel and expose the end of this one first. Okay. So this is the sanitary hydrant. I'm 6 feet tall, and I'm coming right to here on it. So there's going to be a good deal buried under the ground here, I think. Then it's going to want to flop over once I get to the bottom, but all I really need to do is dig this out and just put the stuff over here for now and just get a look at that end. So I better get started. Got a little toad trapped in here. Gonna save his life. Be gone, toad. Luckily he didn't even pee on me. All right. I wish this gravel wasn't on top of it. Another toad. Out of here. That one did pee on me. Okay, this is way more difficult than I thought it was going to be. This son of a bitch is way over 6 feet to here. I was thinking I only had to go down, I don't know, less than a foot, and I would be able to just kneel right here and then open up the back end of this and find out where that fitting is. And just identify what the fitting looks like and the connection to the water line this has PEX water line in here, or some kind of black plastic pipe. But I'm going to have to dig out right where I'm standing so that I can get down into this hole and kneel, and then I'll take a hand spade, I think, and clear that out. I don't want to go any farther this way, so I want to kind of hollow that area out so I can get at the fitting. I'm at the bottom of it, I believe. I'm starting to hit gravel down there, but it is, it's a good 7 feet tall to this. Holy moly, it's going to turn out to be a lot of work. I was hoping to dig out both of these before noon, because I have a business call that I got to do. I might have to put the business call off. I shouldn't do that, but well, we'll see how much time this takes. So what I got to do is I got to shovel out this stuff. Oh, and another thing, it is insanely sticky clay. So every spadeful, I have to like put this across my knee and peel off all of the stuff that's stuck inside there. And I had to do the same thing with the shovel. So hopefully I can shovel this stuff out of here without it. I got flies all over me. Hopefully I can shovel this stuff out of here without it sticking to the shovel, because the shovel's going to be up there when I dump it out. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, they're a lot easier to work on when you have the hole dug and you're just putting them in, which is what I've done before. Never had to dig one out. And we stopped digging. We figured we were close to 6 feet and we didn't want to hit the plastic pipe with the backhoe. And where is that? There's a curb stop right there in the gravel, so it comes right through here to it. And the only place he could dig from was over here. I think maybe he drove up on top of this too, but he didn't want it. Preferably, he wanted to get at this from all sides, and we have a hill over here, and the starter went out on this truck, so I couldn't move it at the time. I still can't. I got to put a new starter in it. So this is what we ended up with. A whole lot of work. Okay, so I'm going to dig out, get this stuff out of my way, and then dig out far enough so I can get down into the hole. I'm going to have to, I got a big fat ass, so I'm going to have to go back to here or so. And then get down into the hole and dig with a hand spade until I can reveal that fitting down there. I think it's going to be the same as the one on the other one, but I just don't know. Then with all this dug out, I'm going to have to get this one in immediately so that it doesn't collapse and cave in on it while I'm waiting. So I'll probably run to town this evening, get the parts, and then put the new hydrant in tomorrow. Okay, let me start by getting this stuff out of here and then dig myself a little trench. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can get in there and start hand digging. I'll have to make a little cave kind of around the fitting. Hopefully I can do this. It's really, really hard. You can see the stuff that I had to take out of here, but it's so wet that it's really heavy and it's super sticky. It's kind of hard to show stickiness on film, but yeah, it's just, I mean, I could do pottery right here. but don't feel like it. I feel like getting this done. So now I have to go find my little hand spade and just make enough room for my big feet. You know, I got size 12 feet, so I got to get enough room for my feet, and then I should be able to dig. So let me find that hand spade and get back to it. Okay, here we go. I can tell this thing's filled with water, and I don't know how the hell. This is going to be disgusting. As I'm sitting down, gravel's going in my pants. This is really tight. Yeah, but it looks like I can get at that. Well, if need be, I'll dig a little more out. Okay, here we go. Well, that's not happening. This is the most miserable job I've attempted in a long time. I am soaked to the bone in sweat and full of mud. Got mud down my pants. And I finally got to the bottom of this thing. So this is where I started out at, right here where my feet are. And it was another 3 feet down. So there's absolutely no way I need to get a whole bunch of this dirt up out of here, and I just can't shovel it up out of here. So I'm going to have to get the guy back with his little mini backhoe, mini excavator, and have him dig this out in front of it and get it so that I can get down in here, dig out another 3 feet. Which means I just don't have the time to fix this starter. So I'm going to have to move stuff around up here, push the truck back, have him pull in right here, and get this crap out of here. All this stone that was put here for backfill just keeps falling in. I keep taking it back out. Got a whole pile of it here. It's just never ending. And then I'm going to get to a point where I'm risking collapse after a while. This stuff is really hard to collapse. It's really hard clay, so not much of a worry about that, but I do have to worry about this stuff falling on me. At any rate, I just can't do it. I need to have this much more open. The entire area where I dug out needs to be down to the bottom level down there, and so does this whole area. So it's roughly twice what was taken out before. If it's not one thing, it's another, I guess. And then when I have him here, I'll have him dig down the other ones. I should be able to tell the other ones are both like the one I showed you earlier. So just by measuring, I should be able to have him get real close to the bottom of those and get past the bottom on the backside. This is the backside here. And then the pipe that runs to it runs right to that curb stop there. So I know where the curb stop is in all the locations. Well, that one doesn't even have anything in it. So I'll have him dig that to the exact right depth right away. That one's a little bit shy. Geez, and then I can find out what kind of fittings go on here and then go get the fittings. I mean, I could go and start digging on that lower one, but why? If I gotta have a guy coming and backhoe this, I'll just have him do all of them right away. And I need to go pick up Natalie in less than an hour. that really screwed the day over. So I guess you'll have to come back and see what happens here. I don't know what the hell's going to happen here. It's hard to get somebody to come with a backhoe, but maybe we can get somebody right away. Who knows? If nothing else, we got to fill these back in before the first frost. Can't have these freezing and having the water main bust. Now somebody's shooting back here. I thought I heard somebody shooting. Somebody's shooting a 22. I don't know who the hell shoots a 22 around here. So if you want to see the progress on this, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon so you receive notice when I post the new videos. If you give us a like and share the video, that helps the channel out a lot. Thanks for watching and have a great day.